So how to solve the forehand problem of lifting the head too soon with right eye dominant people?
Yeah. So there's a couple of things you can train, and that's like, some gaze stuff. So maybe like as they're hitting their forehand, get them to hit the forehand, but then look still at the same spot. So continuing to keep their eyes at the impact zone of where they've hit it. And then once they've actually released the racket, then you can start to look through. What we actually do is we're trying to look to see where the ball's going, but you've got to commit to the ball and commit and believe and understand, okay, I'm going cross. I know I'm going cross, but I'm going to stay through that until I've actually gone through it, and then I'm going to rotate. Right, so you can do that. I've done some work with eye patches. Now, it's very hard to rally with an eye patch off over your dominant eye or non-dominant eye because it's hard to track the ball. So doing it in a fed ball situation to train non-dominant eye, to train your eye staying on the ball longer, whatever it might be. So you can do some stuff with that. The other one is like, I'm big on perceptual training. So calling, bounce hits, or calling when the ball's crossing the net, or calling when your opponent's impacting the ball, trying to get players to train their eyes to look for cues rather than trying to just watch for the ball, right? We can't watch the ball. Now, I'm going to say this again. We can't watch the ball. Tennis players are not watching the ball because the eyes don't take movie of the ball moving. It's actually still images that are pieced together, and the brain pieces it together to get the gaze of where the ball's going to end up. We have to actually understand that we're cueing. So we're cueing the opponent's racket, take back, hips, torso, whatever you're cueing. We're cueing when they're impacting the ball. We're cueing maybe when it crosses the net, and we're cueing maybe when it bounces. But as you're hitting, you'll see that most players' eyes aren't even on the ball, right? So understanding that we are training perceptually the cues rather than just watching the ball, and that will help also a lot of that stuff. The eye dominant stuff is not there going, oh, okay, well, this is like whiz bang. It's not that. It's just we're going to have a dominance, and you're going to lift at times, and it might explain why someone lifts their head. It might explain why someone keeps their head still. So understanding the eye dominance will help you understand what's going on in the hitting then.
Yeah, that was going to bring me to my next question from the audience on that same topic from Vantage Point Performance. He said, how about the data that elite players don't even look at the ball on contact, as tennis is more foot-hand coordination versus hand-eye coordination, in
Um,
response to that video that we posted.
yeah, look, I agree. I think there's a lot of times you won't even be looking at the ball. Like it's actually interesting getting players to, and I've done this before, where they cue the me feeding, they cue the ball crossing the net, they cue the bounce, and then they close their eyes and just swing, right? And it's kind of like just teaching them that, teaching them that it's a cue based visual experience, not going, I'm watching the whole ball going back and forth because it's physically impossible, right? So a lot of players won't be looking at the ball when they're hitting, and sometimes you'll see a photo of a player looking at the ball, but they're probably not even seeing the ball. That's just a photo of the eyes in that area and the ball being hit, but they're gazing through it, or they're already gazing at the like seeing like one eye's here, one eye's there. It's kind of an interesting topic, and there's some stuff that we've done. I actually did some stuff with cameras in glasses, with players hitting with a camera in the middle and watching head movements. And what I saw was in a lot of my athletes, there's so much head movement. You've got to be so still with the head to enable everything around it to be very fluent and very smooth. So it's important that you try to teach, you're not teaching eye dominance, right? So let's debunk that. But you're understanding about eye dominance to know why things are happening. And the question's right. We do not look at the ball all the time. There are cues of the ball for sure, but we don't watch the ball the whole time.